Hey, hello everyone. Good evening. I hope all of you are safe and well. So we are back live again because we are launching an exciting new virtual trail today. Um, and this virtual trail is actually on another very important but very unique tradition of Bengal, of the erstwhile French colony of Chandannagar. So you know what with the tradition we are talking about. It's very famous. It's called Jagaddhatri Puja. So our plan is to take Jagaddhatri Puja to the world this year by doing virtual trails. And I have Shobhikda here once again. So for those who came for our Durga Puja walks, you already know him. So Shobhikda is a tourism professional and also is a long time resident of Chandannagar. So he has been there since his birth. So he has been seeing Jagadhatri Puja since his birth, almost. So he will be leading the tour, and he is doing the research for the tour. So over to Shobhikda. He'll talk a little bit about the tour. Bookings are already open, and the booking links are up on the uh, event description. Shobhikda.
Thank you very much, Tathagato. Yes, as you were talking about the erstwhile French colony of Chandannagar, which is located on the banks of the river Hooghly in Hooghly district of West Bengal. This place has also nurtured a very unique festival of goddess Jagaddhatri in late autumn, with the tallest of idols reaching the height of about 30 feet approximately since the mid 18th century. Jagaddhatri, as you know, that it means, the word Jagaddhatri means the savior of the universe, and it is another form of goddess Durga, who comes to save mankind from the demonic reign of the asuras, or the evil spirits. The very interesting aspect of this festival is that the traditional ornamentation and the painting style of the goddess has remained the same over the years, with the use of the shola and the dakir shaj being an integral part till the very present day, thankfully. Now, several craftsmen over the years have also created lighting decorations during the 4 days of the festival, concluding with the elaborate immersion procession that spoke of its grandeur globally, and thereby spreading its glory to various parts of the world where such work has also been exhibited. So, in this virtual walk, we will be guiding you down the streets and the lanes of Chandannagar and highlight several aspects of the festival as to how it actually began, what was the cultural significance of this festival, particularly during its initial days, the facets of the folk art and culture which was associated with this local festival, the grandeur of the festival, particularly concerning the lighting decorations during the night-long immersion procession. You know, the attitude of the French rulers who actually governed the town for a prolonged period towards this festival. Also, we will try to highlight the spiritual aspect of the Jagaddhatri festival, and most importantly, which is a very significant aspect of this year's festival, that is the impact of the global pandemic that has impacted this festival in a major way. So I invite all of you to please join us for this unique experience. Over to Tathagato.
So the dates for our virtual trail is 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of November. The content will be the same, but these are three different dates because we want to give everyone a chance to explore, and we cannot take more than 50 people per tour. So that is the limit that we have. So we want to give everyone a chance to explore. So that's why we have divided it into 3 days. The content will be the same, and you can register on any of these 3 days that you want. So coming to a little more about Jagaddhatri Puja and the significance of it. So Shobhikda, I would like to know what your experience of Jagaddhatri Puja has been growing up in Chandannagar. Has it changed? Has it remained the same, or has it become more sort of theme pujas like we see in Kolkata? How has it evolved?
Yeah, see, Tathagato, not much has changed in the festivities since my childhood days, except that it has grown in stature in terms of the festivity involved. the famous lighting decorations that they used earlier, which I have seen during my childhood days, with the tiny filament bulbs, the transparent filament bulbs, which was wrapped in the colored paper known as the tuni bulb, has now given way to the more brighter and more energy-saving LED lights that have helped the artisans to engage into greater creativity. Also, as you just mentioned, that the introduction of the theme concept in pandal decorations has been introduced to this festival, particularly over the last few years. Though thankfully, the traditional appearance of the goddess Jagaddhatri has not been tampered with, unlike what we experience in the Barwari Durga Pujas of Kolkata. So this is actually. This is a few of the significant changes that I have experienced during the course of my lifetime so far.
Thank you. So another question is, since this year it's going to be different,
Yeah.
and just to give everyone a perspective of how it normally is, we are
Yeah.
going to show you pre-recorded videos of the festivities, because this
Yeah.
year we cannot do that, because we want to keep uh, the community safe and keep ourselves safe during the pujas. So
Yeah.
we want to abide by the government regulations for that. But
Yeah.
we will also we are exploring. I mean, Shovikda is exploring in Chandannagar about how the pujo is affected this year, and we are going to show that contrast as well during the virtual trail. So Shovikda, just a little bit of how what you're finding when you're going out there, talking to the organizers or talking to idol makers or even electric workers who basically carry the puja on their shoulders. So how has the COVID affected them?
It has affected them in a massive way, Tathagata. Actually, the Jagaddhatri Puja of Chandannagar has also has a great relevance to the livelihood of numerous people, who have been involved in it over the years, ranging from the idol makers, the pandal decorators, the lighting decoration artists, the Shola Dake Shaj decoration artists, the priests, and also numerous other small and medium scale businesses who all of them are actually going through an unprecedented loss of livelihood this year due to the effects of this pandemic. A sizable section of the puja committees in Chandannagar have already declared that they will not be performing the puja as how it has been done over the years, but will undertake the Ghat Puja tradition this year, where no idol worship and other festivities would be undertaken. The remaining of the puja committees, they are persisting with the same tradition this year, following the health and safety guidelines, modifying the pandals and among other measures that they are taking, and they have been in fact forced to cut down on their budgets heavily, and it is expected that there would be restrictions in the entering the pandals, etc. The procession, the very famous night-long procession of Goddess Jagaddhatri, which has a great display of the lighting decorations that take place in this town. In fact, if you notice, last year one of the puja committees actually had taken out processions with lighting decorations, which hailed the Indian Army. So it actually we found that Sachin Tendulkar also found great interest and pleasure in going through those lighting decorations, and he mentioned about that in his social media account. So it is that famous, and in fact, as you mentioned, that I have been interviewing several of them this year, to understand and also to place the actual the scenario, the situation that they are facing this year. I am in fact quite grateful to a few of our local historians and academicians for their invaluable inputs, particularly with regards to the historical and the cultural aspect of this popular local festival, which of course we would put forward to our audience during the course of the virtual walk.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, it's concerning how this is going to affect so many livelihoods, the pujas, and I think it's important to spread that message out as well, that they are being affected. I'm not sure the government is or will be able to do anything about that, because safety regulations are going to be the key here.
True. Actually, Gautamato, as I was going through, as I was trying to kind of understand and document this year's unprecedented scenario, I was speaking to a few puja committee members, some of them who are actually undertaking the festivity this year, and they were telling that they are doing it more for the sake of the several people who are actually financially, professionally involved, like the pandal makers, like the priests, like the lighting decoration artists, more for them, for their benefit, that they are trying to undertake the festivities this year in a very limited scale.
So that's very noble. That's a good thing to
Indeed,
good
yeah,
thing to do. So
yeah.
in the virtual trail, we will be showing you the this year's scenario, as well as in contrast to what happens in general. And it's a huge festival in Chandannagar, Chunchura, that area. And I have seen it in my childhood a little bit because my Mamar Bari is in that area. So I had been and seen the processions. Uh, I mean, the procession is something at the end of the puja that is something that Kolkata copied while doing the Durga Puja carnivals.
There was a lot of debate, when it was like, there was an effort to kind of rename the Durga Puja procession, sorry, the Jagaddhatri Puja procession of Chandannagar to a carnival. There was a huge debate in social media where people said, no, we want it as a procession only, we don't want the carnival. Carnival is something which has come later, but people were very, very, angry about it, that they did not want any change in terms of how this tradition has been followed over the years, including that of the procession of the
Yeah, I mean
Jagaddhatri
that's the
version.
important thing to note here, that the procession has been historically there. It is
Yeah,
not something that has been introduced very recently for public,
true, true. Yes,
like for public outreach or anything, to make it flashy. It has been there for a long time. So we'll be
yes,
talking
indeed.
about that during the tour as well.
Of course,
Um,
and the way it has been undertaken over the years has also changed. So we will try to highlight that aspect also, that how it was done earlier, where when probably electricity was not available in these smaller suburbs, and then once slowly, with the introduction of electricity, and of course much later, when the lighting decoration artists also, they also started to apply their expertise in making this a much more elaborate event. So we will try and highlight these aspects during the course of our virtual walk. In fact, I think it's a great effort on the part of Immersive Trails, where we are trying to be as responsible as possible and do this in a virtual manner, so that people located all across the world can actually experience this unique tradition of Bengal. Other than the Durga Puja, which is well known, this local festival is also of great prominence in
yeah, we want to
Chandannagar.
bring local festivals from the countryside to the people, to people of the world. And I
Yeah.
think uh, doing it virtually is something that helps us do that in a big way, as we have seen during Durga Puja.
Actually, I think you should mention particularly about the experience that in fact both we as organizers, as well as the participants, have had during the Durga Puja, where we tried and we brought forward a very unique, lesser known tradition of Bengal, which is related to the Patochitra form of Durga Puja worship in Bengal. I don't think anybody else has done this in this manner, as it has been put forward by Immersive Trails during the course of this Durga Puja, amidst a very unprecedented situation that we are all facing because of the pandemic this year.
Yeah, I mean during Durga Puja, it was just the walks that we did. We did a total of 9 walks, and it was great to see people from more than 20 countries. Sorry, more than 6 countries, and about 24 cities participating in these walks. And so it was. I mean, that gave us encouragement to actually go ahead and do something like this, because there is an
Absolutely,
interest, and there that these unique traditions need to be showcased to the world, because Bengal has
of course,
something more than just Durga Puja or just Darjeeling and all of
true,
that. So that's the attempt.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
So before we close, thank you very much those who were listening, and thank you very much those who will listen in the future. The bookings are already open. The booking links are in the description. The tour is on. Thank you, Modumidadi, for booking the 23rd of November. So booking links are on the description, and the tours are on 21st, 22nd, and 23rd November, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So the tour is 7 p.m. to 8:30, and then there will be discussions and all of that. And so that corresponds to UK time of 1:30 p.m. and the New York time of 8:30 a.m. So we look forward to having you all again, and we look forward to a global audience and take this tradition to the world. So Shobhikda, thank you very much for
Pleasure. Thank
initially
you.
proposing this and for researching this.
Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure to work with you as usual, Tatagato. And I think, I mean, this is obviously something different that we are doing during the course of this pandemic, and really look forward to this experience. And it has been quite inspiring for me. See, I have been experiencing this festival over the years, but being a local resident, but to look at it at a very different angle, with the intention of putting this forward to a global audience is something of a wonderful experience that even I'm having. So thank you for that.
Exactly. So thank you very much, and thank you everyone, and stay safe, take care, and we'll hope to see you during the trail.
Sure.
Bye
Thank
everyone.
you.